Cold mountains lay are here around me. Cold waters gliding down the stream.
Cold mountains, they are here around me. Cold waters gliding down the stream.
Oh, in my sleep I think I find him, but when I wake it's all a dream. There's a great interview with Texas Gladden talking about, like, I have a perfect mental picture of every song that I sing, and I have a perfect mental picture of every person that I learned it from. And she describes this ballad like Mary Hamilton, where she can see the woman like dressing in her brown robes and going to the old queen, dressing in her white robes, and like going to Edinburgh town and going up the steps to the gallows. And she really describes it so vividly. So I think the language in these songs is actually so visual. It lends itself really well to actually being depicted. Right? When Texas Gladden says, like, I can remember every person that I learned a ballad from, and when I sing the song, that person pops up. So it's not just the image of the, like, story of the song. It's also all these memories that you have around that. So now when I think about Texas Gladden songs, or I go to sing one, then I can see, I have a picture of what her home looked like, of like a lot of jam and canned tomatoes, like all in jars, you know, sitting in this special shelf that her husband built for her. I know that she liked to collect little knickknacks. I know that she wrote poetry herself, which is so cool. And that she, like, you know, her family kind of liked like romance books, like historical romance, which is like, of course. And this, you know, I just think like that's also why she remembered these songs and made a point of going out to like learn them and then sing them for her friends. So yeah, of course. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to me. I love that part.
I love literature. I love poetry. I have spent 3 years now just diving into every form of poetry that I can get my hands on. I'm currently taking a senior level poetry seminar, like just for fun. I didn't have to take it, and I just get so into it. And this, I mean, like Elizabeth said, it's so beautiful on its own. And one of the things is that I think that is sort of lost on my generation. I will tell people my age, like, I'm a folk singer, this is what I love, this is what I do, and they're like, oh, you hillbilly. And I'm like, what is your problem? Like, and it's, I don't know, I think it's really important, and it's really important for me to be able to learn from Elizabeth this type of storytelling that has to do with, one, something that I love, which is singing, and something else that I love, which is words. And it combines those two things perfectly and effectively, and it's so communicative in a way that I think very few other things are. I don't want this to be lost. I want this to be a part of my life forever, and I want people my age to stop being like, oh, you hillbilly, and be like, that's beautiful, thank you for sharing it.
Appalachia is not so well regarded always by the rest of the country. And especially in, I would say, in arts communities or in literature communities, you know, to bring this art form to the attention of other people with so much care, with all the passion, I think, that we both have for it. And and to have it focused on this area, because there's beautiful ballad singing traditions in so many parts of the world, of course. But to focus in on this area and to say, like, there's something incredibly valuable. There's been actually an incredibly sophisticated art form going on here for a long time, and that it's still happening. People are still teaching it, learning it. Is really just so satisfying and great.
For me, it's also the practice that I have chosen, and I am grateful for the way that Elizabeth holds those values while teaching, because it will never not be important to our lives. We're women, and it's something that I feel is constantly connected to the current political climate. And I don't know, I think it's just like, if there is a way that I can further the understanding and the power of women in history and bring that into the present, then I am doing my job as a feminist and as a kid who's, trying to find my place.
The Devil's 9 Questions, Texas Gladden's version, which she learned from a folk song collector named Alfreda Peel, who learned it from a lady, Mrs. Rill Martin, from Montgomery County, who had a pet owl. I just think is a cool detail. Now you must answer my questions 9. Sing 99 and 90, or you aren't God's, you are one of mine. And who is the weaver's Bonnie?
Now you must answer my questions 9. Sing 99 and 90, or you aren't God's, you are one of mine. And who is the weaver's Bonnie?
What is whiter than the milk? Sing 99 and 90. And what is softer than the silk? And who is the weaver's Bonnie?